welcome back to Books and I am Mikkel, and I'm so glad to have you here. I'm going to go through my TBR list for January. It is quite a stack list. Let's just get into it. So right here is a stack of books that I would like to finish in January. This one is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I am literally probably like 2 chapters away from finishing it. I started it and then for some reason I just did not finish reading it. So I'd like to finish it. The Goblin Emperor, I'm only 7 chapters in, so I got a good bit to go. It was a good book. 7 chapters deep so far. It has been a great book. I have no idea. None. No reason at all why I haven't finished this book. But I would like to finish it. So then I have ADHD is Awesome. I am only 9 pages in. I can probably think of why I haven't finished it, but I would like to finish it, and then yeah, so let's start there. And then let's get into this, shall we? So I have tried to make this list a little mixture. It should have fiction, mystery, fantasy, and then a cookbook. So let's start with the romance. So automatically I pulled out The Wallflower by Sally Louise, and this was from probably Smut, and so I'm going to try to use the tabs and try to annotate it as I go. I don't know if I really will annotate it, but I definitely would like to give it a shot. It's a romance book, and that's why I picked it. I tried to do 2 romances and give it a shot, because romance is very much lacking, not just in my life but also in my reading repertoire as well. So I thought, why not give it a shot? I got it, I bought it, I should definitely try to read it, makes only sense. Then I have Lights Out, and I'm actually reading this with a friend, and then she is supposed to make a guest appearance on my show later on in February. So keep a lookout. It's supposed to be a fun and intriguing video idea that we have. I've thought of inviting her to do it with me, and she seems really excited to do it with me. So, but I have to read the book, and I need to check in with her to make sure she's read it, because I got the book back in November, just to make sure she had ample amount of time to read it and really digest it. And then, so now I need to check in with her, read it, and then make the questions that we're going to answer for the video. Alright, and then what I'm most excited about is to actually, finally read The Hobbit, so I can start this magical journey. I definitely have a goal of reading the book and then watching the movie and then doing a comparison video. But also, I feel like if you like fantasy, like I claim to, this is like a staple in most fantasy readers' repertoire. It's like, where have I been? I'm very much late, so I need to, and would like to, read this. My brother, love him, finally wore me down, and he wore me down twice now. This would be the second time. The first time, I only got 5 chapters into it, and then I was like, DNF'd it. Did not finish, couldn't do it. Him and my mom really love this series, so I was like, okay, let me try the Stormlight Archive and give it a try. And so I went out of my way and got a special edition. This one has full page illustrations to this one, just to get something to look forward to. I wasn't a fan of the book when I first picked it up, and it was mainly because the female character is really lacking, though I do respect that Brandon Sanderson has noted that he's not the best at writing females. It's not his strong suit. He knows it. He's aware of it. So I figured, let me try it again and really take it in, because for some reason my mom and my brother both like it. So I'm going to read it, but I'm also going to listen and read it. That way it's not as daunting as me trying to read it, because a lot of times, maybe sometimes some of these are just better when you listen. That is my hope. That is my dream. That it's better when I listen to the story. So, that. Then we have my mystery, and it's Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's the Murder Your Employee. It's the, I don't know, 1 of the 2 books. It's The McCaster's Guide to Homicide: Murder Your Employee. So in this one, it's supposed to be about a class that you could take on murdering your employee. So I'm really excited to read it. It's supposed to be, it's not really that different from what I usually read, but it was really popular and a lot of people seem to really like it. So I decided to pick it up myself and give it a shot. Then, if you didn't know, I work at a bookstore part-time. I had a customer come up and gush and tell me how much he loved this book and how I should read it, and how he lost his copy and he had to come in as soon as he figured out he lost it, and he bought it before he went back home because he just had to have a copy. So of course, when you hear that kind of story, you rush to pick it up. So I picked up When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalati, and so I'm gonna read it. He said it really changed his perspective, really made him sit down and think about life and his choices. So I picked it up. Sometimes some of my favorite stories are ones that when I put down the book, I have to stare off into the distance and really break down what I read, what I consume, and put it in bite-sized chunks. And sometimes there's a few books that I still to this day where when it pops into my brain, I stop what I'm doing and I look and I have to sit and think about what that book and how it changed me. One of the main ones that comes to mind is The Kite Runner, and then the other book by the same author, A Thousand. That's the thousand one. I can't think of the author. I can't think of the author, and I can't think of the title. But Kite Runner was one of them, and also the other story by the same author. We're whispering now. Specifically, the second book by that same author. It's not a series name. They're both one-off stories, but specifically that second book. Really, sometimes it creeps up on me, and I have to pause and think about, wow, I can't believe that happened in that story. And it's not based off real life, but it's not that far of a stretch to think that somewhere out there someone has lived the same life as that character from the story. So I'm interested to give this a shot. If I hate it, I hate it. If not, I not. And then I have definitely been a big fan of musical theater for the longest time. And we all know a big movie just came out in November 22nd to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. And it's called Wicked. For those who didn't know, obviously the movie's based off the musical, but the musical's based off of the story Wicked. And so I went to pick up a copy myself, and I'm going to give it a shot. And then I'm hopefully, if I like it, going to do a comparison of the book with the play and the play with the movie, so we can all really sit there and digest. Sorry, it's time for me to go do a workout. Sit there and digest what this story is trying to say, because there's a lot of metaphors in it. So I am really, really excited to give this a shot, and hopefully it's amazing. Because I think the movie with Ariana Grande and Cynthia, magic, pure magic. They are beautiful in it. They did a wonderful job in it, and so I'm interested to see. And then of course, you know, the original people who were in the play were also showed up in the movie. So I am full of hope, I tell you. And then my last one is I picked up Good Looking Cookin', A Year of Meals, and it's by Dolly Parton and her sister Rachel Parton George. And so I'm hoping to at least do 1 or 2 every month. Oh, they actually broke it down 2 months. So definitely every month, look in and try to pull 1 or 2 recipes and try to test them out. So I haven't picked out exactly which recipe I would like to do from January, but there's quite a few. So I'm gonna later on, maybe do a video, maybe not, I don't know. I'm not the best at cooking, and my kitchen's tiny, so I don't actually think I can film and cook at the same time. There's just not enough time. They actually give a champagne cocktail too. Hey, okay, ladies. So, but I am going to think about it, try it. I don't want to see how bad I am at cooking. I'm not a chef. I cook enough to survive. I cook what I like. Sometimes, because sometimes I over season, because I season with my soul. So sometimes my soul can be a little heavy handed. But yeah, but I figured that'd be something to try. I'm also planning to pick up at least a few more cookbooks. I don't necessarily want to get better cooking, but I feel like cooking's such a necessary skill set. Everyone should be able to do it. And it's not that hard to follow recipes. Let me knock on some wood, because it might actually be harder than I think it is. I remember I was younger, I used to struggle with reading recipes. There's been quite a few times I did not do a good job baking or cooking something. But yeah, so far that is my TBR for January. If you have any recommendations for February, drop them down below. If there's any books that you saw that I listed that you're like, oh, I think you'll love it, Mikkel, drop that in a comment. If you just liked to be here and listen to me ramble and goof off and just be my little nerdy self, drop a like, subscribe, you know, all of that. Because remember, I can't do anything without you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.